Hello and welcome to DH9 Radio. You're listening to David, Owen and Andre, and this is...
Come on, Dave, you can do better than that, man. DH9 Radio presents...
Whoa, hang on a second. DH9 Radio presents...
I think you've got it both wrong. We're going for a classy vibe, guys, okay? So it's DH9 Radio presents...
Nah, I still think you got it wrong, Davey. Come on, you got to get the people excited about our show. What about DH9 Radio presents?
How about, boys? We're all in this together. Let's all do this together.
DH9 Radio presents...
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Hello, guys, and welcome to DH9 Radio with me, your host, Andre James, and with me, my co-hosts today, Owen and Davey. How are you two?
Well, hello there. I'm very well.
I'm good. It's funny because every time we do the introduction, we act like there's going to be different co-hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's like we're trying to surprise nobody.
Yeah.
And today we've actually got Ryan Reynolds in the studio.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
But we can't talk to him because he's a Pikachu.
Have
Yeah.
you just came here today, lads, with lots of fun stuff to talk about?
I have. My first point of call actually is just chatting about the little scramble we had here today.
I don't
Yeah.
believe we had any scramble, Davey.
I mean, I'll take a picture if we need evidence. Cold hard evidence.
Cold
All right,
hard
Davey,
evidence.
come on, you snitch. What happened?
So, Mr. James, Andre James, he forgot to bring his laptop charger, the thing that we play all of our music out of. Would
Did
you
I?
confirm nor deny this?
I didn't do it. I actually didn't do it. It just came out, you know? I don't know where it went.
You did say you double checked,
Yeah.
but...
Sure, a gremlin
I
took
don't know how I did it. I
Sure,
forgot
you-
my laptop charger. So today, we've managed to find a solution, and luckily Davey has got his phone, which we plugged a hard drive into. But luckily, we had a... what do you call it? It's like a cable, isn't it? That
Yeah.
you can plug. It's for the Apple...
USB,
Yeah,
USB
yeah.
converter for the phone. So
Davey is okay.
How much,
Right.
did that, how much did that USB converter cost?
I don't know, it's not mine.
Okay, fair enough.
Mine's cheap and didn't work. So I have to use my girlfriend's. Right, so who would like to start us off?
why don't we just start with you, Andre?
You know, right, yeah,
Okay,
you
go
know
on.
what? I'm not even going to fight it. Okay, fine.
God, we love you so much.
Right, so this week, as every week, and I always say this every week, I always promise to bring a game of the week. Okay? So, this game of the week, okay, I'm going to warn people now. Normally I say I'll bring a game of the week and it's free on the Game Pass.
Yes.
I might have been a bit naughty and broke the rules this
Oh,
week.
no.
Oh,
No,
you naughty
okay.
boy.
So, I did pay £25 for this game, alright? And this game is Mechanic Simulator 2018.
God.
Now, let me tell you about Mechanic Simulator 2018.
God.
All I have played this week is Mechanic Simulator 2018. This
Wow.
game, right, okay, Owen, have you played it?
No,
Don't
but-
mock it, alright?
I mean, you're the one who bought Farming Simulator.
Don't you have enough problems with your real car?
No, my old one.
Your old real car?
Yeah, new one's fine.
You know how you
Well,
fix that?
Yeah, exactly, and
For
now I
now.
can fix it myself.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
basically, what Mechanic Simulator is, it is literally that. You get cars in, and they'll say, oh, this is the problem, and you've got to fix it, but it's really detailed.
Is it?
Yeah, so you've got to, like, sometimes you have to kind of take everything apart in the engine, and it's really detailed, but it's kind of simple enough that anybody can play it.
like a
So,
jigsaw puzzle.
yeah, so for example, if you've taken something out, then there'll be like a slight shadow, so it kind of hints as to where you should be putting stuff, which
Oh, right.
is, so it's easy for someone like me to play who doesn't know actually anything about it. All right. You can also, you get people who, you'll get like challenges where they'll not say anything. They'll just say,
right.
oh, if there's a rattling sound, you've got to figure it out yourself.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
You know, I've figured loads out. If your car's noisy, probably an exhaust.
So go to mention.
Did you know that?
the
I
fact-
didn't.
I know how to fix it. Hit it with a hammer.
So wait there.
Right.
So let's say, so this game has obviously levels of difficulty. So I'm guessing if you ramp it up to the hardest one, it's basically like you're a mechanic in real life, and you can.
Well, I
it doesn't
mean,
give you any hints.
I'm gonna.
Do you get like
I don't play like that, Owen.
Do you have to like? Do you have to,
There
like,
is higher
do
difficulty.
you go like from like cheaper cars to more expensive cars? Do you get like supercars and hypercars and electric cars,
Well,
or is it just all like your
when
standard
you're
kind of?
when
like,
you're working in the garage doing regular jobs, it's any type of car. So you
Okay.
might get an SUV, you might get something more standard like a family saloon, or you might get a fancier car.
Right, I see.
But you can also buy your own car and do that up and sell it on for a profit. So it's a really good game, and I really recommend it to anyone. Even if you're kind of curious, just watch a bit about it on YouTube, and I think that'll sell you. It sold me.
So I think I did see something about it back when it was released, and I mean, I'm not very good with cars, and all I saw was just like, oh god, that looks complicated.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it does kind of throw you in there. There's no tutorial.
Fair enough.
It's kind of, you walk about a bit and it's like, oh, this does this.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, well, when do I need that? It doesn't tell you. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's really easy to work out. I know nothing about cars, and I'm working it out. But it is £25 on the Xbox Store.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
that's not bad. That's not bad. Like, I bet you could.
I've had hours
play
of fun.
time.
I've already like played £25 worth, and this is the best bit. All right. Do you know how we always speak about how our girlfriends aren't fans of games?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mine loves it.
It's like mechanic
Yeah.
simulator out of everything.
Yeah.
What the hell?
She wants to play it. I'll say, should I play it? And she's like, yeah. And she's giving me instructions. She's like, Andre, you need to take that bit off. You
Well,
need
yeah,
to take
because
that
she
bit
knows
off.
more about cars than you, so.
Well, apparently so, because she seems to know where everything is. But no, like I say, it's really good. £25 on the Xbox Store. I'm not sure if it's released for PlayStation. It might be.
I think it's on PC.
It's definitely on PC, but I'm not sure about.
Talking about that, actually, there's a PC builder simulator as well.
That also sounds too complicated.
Yeah,
it might
but
be similar.
that one's kind of like when it's switched around, where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, that's all right. But that one was like, that one's a bit older than Mechanic Simulator though. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
under the same principles from what I've seen from the gameplay. You like buy parts and you get fix them.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and oh yeah, you've also got to buy these parts.
Yeah,
The parts,
yeah.
so it might be like an alternator
You've
or,
got to buy the
or
right
a spark
part.
plug. Look at me using all these fancy
Oh.
words. I know what these are now. But yeah, so you've got to buy them, and you've got to buy the right ones. So there's not just like,
So
I don't know, an exhaust. It'll need a specific exhaust. So you've got
is
to.
the game like branded? Like, is it fully branded by every car company, or is it just
Yeah,
made up
do they
ones?
use fake
I
companies?
think
So like
most of them are. However, I've noticed Mazda and Jeep aren't.
no.
Mazda and Jeep are branded.
Did you check if they maybe had some affiliation with that game?
Yeah.
There's definitely something going on there because
Yeah.
Mazda and Jeep. I don't know why Mazda and Jeep. It must be just maybe a paid promotion or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I say, I don't want to talk about this for too long. But that is Mechanic Simulator
Awesome.
2018, and it is fantastic. And it will probably be my game of the week for the next 5 weeks because I'm not going to stop playing it.
I mean, I hope you play something else.
Yeah, I probably
I'll
will.
probably get bored.
Yeah.
Bryce
Like,
Lee's brain-
all right, what's Andre gonna
Bryce
talk
Lee's
about when
brain
he's fixed this
cells
week? Oh.
Yeah, so next week this will actually be Top Gear.
Wow.
On tonight, Top Gear.
Yeah, right. Who is next?
I've got something nice to talk about.
Ooh, please do.
So, we all know the film corporation Fujifilm. If you've not heard of them, they obviously make cameras. They recently announced they are introducing a new generation of Neopan 100 Acros black and white film rolls in Japan.
Also, they're going very.
Named the Acros 2. The film is set to deliver unsurpassed resolution, fine grain and sharpness, and will be released in 35mm and 120mm roll.
Whoa, hang on a sec. So they're bringing back film?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing is about like those old films as well. You get like ridiculously good resolution from like old film, like compared to digital.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the opinion is, you know, like
But he
actually
said
working with it after you filmed with it.
They said the whole idea was based on consumer feedback, like a lot of consumers really wanted it. But the question is really, like, what do you think about black and white films? Do you really?
I think it's a nostalgia trip, really.
Yeah,
it's-
it's kind of like there's a lot of that recently. Not just that. For example, the what do you call it? I know what it's called. The big discs. What they're called? Records. The record players. Yeah, the big discs.
There's a lot of films that have used.
big discs.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of films that use black and white in like a very niche way, like such.
Like film noir.
Yeah,
What's
like
it called?
what was that? What was that film that was it completely black and white? But when
Was that Liam Neeson's film?
Oh, when the blood was like red.
Yes,
Is
that
that
one.
Schindler's List?
No, Schindler's List.
That did the same thing,
too,
though.
but it was a more recent film. Oh my god, what was it called?
I know, I'm trying to remember.
Anyone in the chat remember which film it is? It was like a sort of like a crime thriller, but it was in black and white. It had like.
And I think all the bad guys had red
I remember
on.
there was a scene where a guy was like getting hung, and he actually tensed his neck to like stop himself from choking, and I forgot what it was called, but that was like anyone who knows that film,
That's
please.
really
know.
graphic.
It was a really good film.
Would you
liked it.
would you ever make a noir film, a black and
I
white
don't see
one?
why not.
I mean, it's always on the table. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not as
It's not
deep
the,
as that.
Yeah, it's
We're
not
not
the,
that deep.
I'm not like thinking, oh, I want to do that now. You know, I've got no kind of instant desire to do it.
No.
But
I mean,
it's not
that's,
something I wouldn't do.
I think
not
films
off the
like
cards.
that,
No.
films like that really show off. Like, if you use it the way they did in Schindler's List, and obviously the film we're on about, it really makes things pop out, like the most important. Like they did in Schindler's List, where the little girl had the red jacket on, and that was it.
Yeah, it's like it makes it really powerful. Like if you're gonna do that, you can really.
Yeah. By the way, with Schindler's List, when that was made, that entire like the girl with the red jacket, all of that was done frame by frame, coloured her frame by frame.
Really?
I wouldn't want to be doing that job unless I was getting paid by the hour.
I mean, you'd want to be, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But a lot of the industry rates it's day, so it's
Nonetheless,
Well, I'd take my time.
I mean, we can move on to what Davey has to offer. I've got some other news. What would you rather do? What would you like?
We'll
to
see
do?
what Davey's bringing with his tech
I've
stuff
got a
this
few
week.
things. Well, because my phone is under the influence of the music
Davey,
right now.
why haven't you got your phone ready? I'm sorry, I shouldn't. That's actually my fault.
Come on, you little
Well,
snitches.
yeah, exactly. I have to use Owen's phone for my notes because obviously when I'm talking about all this tech, I've got a lot of notes that I like to get to make sure I've got all that info right. So, what should we talk about first? I think I know. Actually, yes. So,
Go on, hit us with an idea.
Okay, so basically, when I'm taking my dogs out, the worst thing is picking up the leavings. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So basically, I decided to have a look for automatic pooper scooper.
Oh, right.
My god, that'll be amazing for Douglas.
So I found the Do-Up. That's what it's called, the Do-Up.
The do-up.
The Do-Up pooper scooper. Now, this is an automatic pooper scooper as it is. It's basically okay. Basically,
What's your
the
obsession
images of the
with
video-
technology and leavings? At the toilet last week, now the poop scoop.
Davey, you got something to hide?
Nothing to hide, everything to show.
Please carry on. I want to know how.
Go
So
on.
basically, it's a big plastic box with a big like lever kind of thing on the top of it, which you push down. So basically, you pick it up from the lever, put it over your dog's leavings,
Yeah.
and then you put it
Leavings.
yeah, and then you push it down, and it just picks it up, it just engulfs it into the air.
Oh, so is there like a release?
yeah.
Oh, so you can just kind of walk over to a bin or whatever.
And it's got like a thing where you can put loads of it in bags.
See, I had a
it's got,
question
it's got,
there.
like,
Wait, so you
automatic
can
bags
you
in.
can bag it up
It
in
automatically bags it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
clever. It is clever.
See, I was about to question it there, because sometimes you get different types of leavings. So sometimes you get grass pickers, which you obviously have to...
Grass pickers.
You have to pull the grass.
Well, I watched a video of them demonstrating it. It wasn't the most pleasant video to watch. I'll be
I
honest.
imagine so.
But anything for the research. And basically, they showed it many different types of dog leavings. The watery ones.
Right, Davey. Okay, we get the point.
And all of them seemed to pretty much disappear after it was on top of it, man.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
That's
This sounds
impressive.
like a good old JML type thing.
Yeah.
Who makes this?
Gee,
Is it JML?
no, it's actually a small British company called.
Oh, really?
That's it. Do-Up.
How
They're
much
called
one of
Do-Up.
these? Because I can't picture one of these being actually too expensive.
Well, that's what I thought too.
Oh.
So it's $65.50.
60. I mean,
And you've got to buy, basically they use special bags, which attach to the inside, so you've got to keep buying bags from the company.
Yeah.
That's
So, and they're like
that's how you get you.
$9.95 a pack.
And how
that's
many
like
bags do
loot
you get the
crates,
pack?
isn't it?
It's like 100. So you get 100 bags. It's like,
So I have to buy DLC with the...
basically,
the scooper.
Do-Up is the EA of... Sorry, it's just imagining
Yeah, we
that.
should probably stop talking about fecal matter. People are trying to eat.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
but,
quite...
what I imagine this is probably made for, who I imagine this is made for, is probably made for like the disabled or the elderly who can't bend over so well.
That is quite a good idea, though.
Because it is like a box and the handle goes to height, so you don't need to bend or anything like that. It goes to like your shoulder height. Actually, it's quite high, and you just push it down. It gets it. So
I mean, the last thing you want to be doing.
in that way, it is kind of
No, but I mean, if you do have a back problem and you like can't bend over or something,
The last
then-
thing you want to be doing is finding an elderly person saying, "Oh yeah, you've left your dog's leavings on a piece of grass."
Well, yeah, because I mean, you can understand. I mean, at a certain age, it becomes harder to bend over. So I guess in that case, it is kind of useful. But the price,
yeah,
a lot of
it's-
money for what is basically just a big lump of plastic.
Yeah, I mean, essentially. But with things like that, there's always people buy it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
And you
God,
always see
someone.
like big, kind of slick adverts for that type of thing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Did it have a slick advert?
It was more just a montage
Demonstration.
of them picking up dog poo.
Okay,
I
okay.
can't imagine it having that much of it. I imagine it being like, you know, when you go into B&Q, you see those cleaning products, and then they're like, have you ever had problems with grime? And then it's just like someone trying to clean up grime, like, oh no.
It's just, as Andre said, it's JML. It is. It's
Yeah,
JML.
that's all that. Right. I don't know about you two, but I'm sick of talking about dog stuff, alright?
Dogs,
Although, I must say,
rear-end
I
activity.
do like the idea. I'm just going to say it. Sometimes you bring some ridiculous things in here, Davey, but I like that one, alright?
Yeah, kind of. I gotta
thank
agree.
you.
Like, I thought that was very convenient for some people.
Right,
members of
so-
the public.
Yeah.
I'm all about that cheap gaming lifestyle. So,
Aren't we all?
EA Access is coming to PS4. Coming to PS4, that's a lie. It's on PS4 now,
Oh.
and it came on the 4th of July. Okay?
It previously
now-
wasn't it? Not on.
No.
Yeah.
It's been on Xbox for 5 years. I'll
PlayStation's taken a
explain a
while,
little bit about Xbox, what EA Access is. So, before I explain it, it's $3.99 per month or £19 per year, and you get 10% discount on any EA service. All right. So this is basically a kind of service from EA where you pay a monthly fee and you can get games to download.
Oh. Ooh.
You've heard
I don't-
our friends on PC are like, they've used it. I think, if for me personally, coming from a gamer's perspective, I think the yearly one sounds more appetizing than paying $3.99 a month.
I mean, £20 for a full year of something's not really that bad. But anyway, so you'll also get access to pre-launch trials, so that'd be games like FIFA. One thing is you need a separate account for Xbox and PS4, so if you've got an Xbox and a PS4, you kind of have to pick.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, even if you decided, even if you've got a little bit of money you just want to waste, I suppose you could buy it on both, and it's still only about £40, but
Yeah.
I think they should have some way of, so you're not paying twice
Yeah,
for the same thing.
that's actually a good, with a lot of EA games like FIFA, people are buying these £60 games every year.
Yeah.
I mean, having a service where you just pay to play.
Oh, no.
probably
Let me clear something up about that, sorry. The games you can get, they're not necessarily brand new games, so you won't get FIFA 20 that'll be coming out soon. You won't get that for
However-
free.
Okay. In that
You
case,
will get a discount.
EA, I do recommend, if you're listening, which of course you are, EA.
Yeah.
I do recommend you please do what I've just said and start releasing your games as some sort of subscription service, because paying £60 a year for a game that's practically the same as last year is just stupid.
However, some of the games that you can get. Now, I have actually only played one of these, but some of the games you can get include Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Inquisition, Battlefield
good
5, and A Way Out. So they're all games that you can download. I say for free, not for free, but it's included, and you don't have to
Shame
pay
I already
extra.
own all them.
I've got to say,
Oh,
though,
yeah. Oh,
I've
yeah,
got
that's
a
terrible.
question about it.
Uh-huh.
So on the PC, I know there is a possibility of getting a basic and a premium. Is the premium one you're on about? Because I know on the premium one you were allowed access to FIFA 19 and NBA 19 and that's like the latest something coming.
The latest stuff. That might be. I've not looked at the premium ones, but it was the news that basically it's coming to PS4. But I'm not sure.
It's a good idea for them to do. It's just I feel like they need the new games on as well.
How
Xbox Game Pass
Yeah,
has.
Xbox does that. So, for example, Forza Horizon, that's
And
always
people
free.
like that. It works well.
But Forza Horizon's like a full game, and you're paying like £50 if you want that brand new. Or if
Exactly.
you've got EA Games Pass, it's free. However, it is a bit more expensive.
Yeah, I never think
Games
that.
Pass.
Yeah, I never think that gaming should ever come to a full kind of you pay to play subscription based like Netflix.
Oh, no.
But I do believe that it should be an option for some games, because some games some games aren't really built for buying just once. Sometimes, especially the games that come out once every year, I'll get updated once every year, and then they just decide to release a new game for it. It would sound more sense to just subscribe to it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I get what you're saying. But anyway, that is EA Access, which is on PS4 now.
You know what's really grinding my gears
is
though?
$3.99 per month or $19.99 But yeah,
It's not too bad.
You know what is really grinding my gears in the gaming community?
Please
is
share.
Just I completely hate the fact that the Google Stadia is like an actual thing, because it's just a complete fact of like they're making you stream games rather than play them on your console.
I don't think it's going to catch
The what
on.
you what?
The Google Stadia. So
Go on, Davey. You
So
explain.
basically, it is the Google's new idea of a console. So they're releasing basically what it is, a streaming device
Yes.
for games, which you can only play the games if you have an internet connection.
Okay, so is that like the PS4? What is it? PS Now?
Kinda.
So
But,
like PS Now was basically you can play a game, but you haven't downloaded it. You have to stream it. So if
Yeah.
you've got a terrible internet connection, the
Yeah.
game's gonna lag.
Yeah,
The
the Google
way-
Stadia
the way
is
it
like
is,
taking
though-
that to the next level.
Okay.
They kind of selling it off as like, because Google owns all the things like you browse on, and practically most of them. For example, if you go on YouTube and you're watching a YouTube video about the game you've got,
Mm-hmm.
you can like go from the YouTube straight into the game by clicking a button. I mean that sounds cool, but then again, I don't want to stream my games. That's the issue.
I don't want to stream my games either. I like owning my my things. to be
I don't
honest.
know though. I know you say that, but I think the positive side of that is if you see a game and you think, "Wow, that looks cool. I want to play it," and you just can there and then.
No, I know that is true. It's just
I understand the positives.
again, I do understand the positives of streaming things. I
Yeah.
just don't think that it should be what like the gaming industry becomes.
No,
as a
it
whole.
shouldn't
It should
change
be an
that, but-
option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that option's there. Do you know what I mean? I quite like that idea,
Yeah.
especially if it's like if you watch something on YouTube and then you just want to try it out. Like for example, that's why I like the Xbox Games Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least on that one you can download the game, so you don't have
That
to worry
is
about
true.
internet.
But the thing that I'm saying about that is there's games that I've not been sure if I've wanted, so I've just downloaded them. I either hate them and I get rid of
And
them.
you've taken that time to download. I
It,
get
does,
that,
it doesn't really matter. Well, yeah, there's that, but yeah, I either get the game, hate it, get rid of it, no damage done. Get the game, love it, no damage done,
Kinda-
and my wallet's still intact.
Yeah.
I kind of get
that's
worried
true.
for next gen though, because at this point they're bringing out gaming services that I know they're not optional to buy, but like now you remember when the next gen consoles came out and there was a big thing about the prices of games going up
Oh,
by
yeah.
like it was about like 10 £15.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing, when are they going to stop going up? Because it's starting to get like, you know, like a new game.
But
Like
those
kind of like
talks,
About £60.
it's costing you gas and electric.
Yeah.
There's talks
you can't
Do
eat.
I eat or play new games?
there's a talks for obviously the PS5, and they said what they're going to do now is to play online you're going to have to buy that and the PS Now membership. Like that was a rumor that was
I mean,
going
that's
around.
disgusting. if
Wait, say
was-
that again? You're gonna have to.
Pay for the PS Plus and PS Now. It's like a whole package.
Oh, nobody plays PS Now.
No one does. Of course
I've
they
not
don't.
met anybody who's played it, and
It's
that is,
like
as we
you're
were saying,
trying
the
to push
streaming
something
service.
that no one wants.
Right. Should we stop ranting about games? Because we could go on about this forever.
Basically, yeah.
What we've learned from this is Owen hates streaming. I think it's got positive, and Davey hates
You know,
it too.
okay. We've been, we argue about it a bit. So, what does the chat think? Does anyone have any opinions on it? What do you think about streaming games?
on
Or
streaming. If anyone plays games, what's your opinion on actually streaming
does
games?
anyone actually stream them? Because I mean, we don't.
Well, I mean, yeah,
No.
what's it called? PS Now.
Yeah,
PS Now.
PS
Does
Now,
anyone
yeah.
use that? What's going on?
I did use it once, and I had really bad internet connection. It was terrible.
Well, you know, when I've played games from the age of obviously 6 and 5, I'm used to just picking up a controller and being able to play it then and now. So I don't know why they're adding all this gibberish to it, where I have to go through such a subscription-based service to actually play something. Anyway, let's move on to something different.
Yeah,
all
I was,
positive.
I was gonna say.
I had on positive news actually. So this week I decided to go for a TV-based type segment instead of a film, because I know I normally go over the new films coming up.
They're saying
Such
that
and
high-end
such.
TV's the new Hollywood.
Way. So I thought
Yeah, if
one
you
of the
look at
most
that, like-
positives from the recent weeks was from Glastonbury. Did anyone hear about David Attenborough's speech about climate change?
I watched it. Actually.
Yeah, I watched it as well.
Yeah.
That sounded weird when I heard it. I was like, "What's David Attenborough doing at Glassdoor? Is
Oh,
he?
did you not know
Yeah.
he was performing?
I thought, is he performing or is he pitching a tent?"
So he obviously made a God. Hopefully he was pitching a tent, because I would have been there. Anyway, so Attenborough got up on main stage at Glastonbury and spoke about climate change and his new documentary, 5 Worlds, 1 Planet, I think. That's what it was called. It's about the different changes going around in every continent.
Yeah.
So his speech was absolutely remarkable. In fact, it left the festival nearly 100% free of plastic at the end.
Yeah, it was. It was like something really high, like 99.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's unheard of. for
And I think as
Glastonbury.
well, was it Glastonbury where 99% of the tents were taken back?
Yeah.
Which I know you kind of think who'd leave the tent, but that's quite
Cool too, yeah.
yeah. Especially if you just buy a cheap tent for a.
It kind of goes to show that David Attenborough's kind of like everyone's dad, and like he's like that dad that's just disappointed in you, and you would
Yeah.
never want to disappoint Sir
Yeah,
David.
yeah, yeah.
would you?
Andre, would you like
but
to...
the crowd went absolutely wild, and they were listening to everything he was saying. Like they
No.
just went silent for a minute. I
Kinda
just
do,
thought
though,
it
when
was
it's-
so.
Yeah, you kind of.
I thought it was so nice.
His voice is such like, I could listen to it and fall asleep.
It's also the thing, like, he isn't just like one of those people who like just talk about wildlife. He spent his entire life, like basically like in the wilds, just.
It's
like,
what he lives for, really,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
no.
Yeah.
He's like travelled the world, like seeing all sorts of ecosystems and climates, and he saw the world change from the 50s till now, and he can tell, he can tell you by first-hand accounts everything.
So if we look at the chat, apparently Stanley has some strong links to the founding of the Hollywood film industry. That might need to be expanded on because
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not too sure what.
Stanley, really? Stanley does. Stanley.
Yeah, it's weird. That's somewhere like so local.
I know.
I do know
that's-
there's a few actors. There's one who came from Anfield Plain. I forgot his name. Oh well, I mean, I know it's not Stanley, and this is probably going to anger some people, but Rowan Atkinson's from Concert.
Up the Connie Bongo.
Right. Before we are going to play you a band as we do every week.
Oh yes.
But before we start that, I just want to ask, and people in the chat, has anybody been to the new Durham Lux Cinema?
No, I have not.
Davey, have you?
I have not.
Right, if you haven't, I really recommend it, okay? So, this Durham Lux Cinema it's an Odeon, it's owned by Odeon, and the absolute comfort in that cinema is like nothing else. You've got reclining
Yeah.
seats, you get a little table on your seat, you get 2 armrests either side, so everyone's got their own, and the screen, beautiful, and the sound is just phenomenal, and it's not that badly priced.
Yeah, you were saying to us, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's a tenner a ticket, okay?
Right.
However, I know you can get places cheaper.
Yeah, fair enough.
However, if anybody has used Compare the Market, or Compare the Meerkat, then you get the Meerkat movie codes. And if you use that, it's £10 for 2 people. So literally it's just 2 for
That
1.
would
for that,
even
isn't it?
out if you were too, yeah.
So that was £5 I spent for there.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
it like? Odeon Metro said like £6 per person, 7.
No, it's around about 8 or 9 quid now. For
Well,
standard
yeah. So
tickets.
basically, if you get another person to go with you, it's cheaper. If you just
Yeah.
go to Durham.
Yeah,
And
someone-
I'd rather go to Durham than Metro if you're going to get the looks for literally like an extra quid,
Yeah.
50.
True. Yeah.
yeah, someone said every time I go to the cinema I go shopping beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, I always got pound
I
round and get my
admit
treats.
I normally do that. However, because this is new in the first time, I thought I'll buy it from there.
Just a one-off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably not be doing that again in a hurry.
No,
You know,
way.
I ordered 2 portions of nachos and 2 large cokes, and that came to about £20. I was woo,
Sweat.
blown away.
Jesus.
I admit they were very nice.
Oh well, I
But-
mean, I'm sure it was very nice.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for that price, I would
I
actually
hope
expect
so.
it.
Yeah.
Expected to
I
serve
want
it to me.
gold. I want gold.
Yeah.
Right, so back to the music. What
Oh,
we
yes,
do
of course.
every week.
Yes.
Owen, you're bringing a band to us this
So
week.
obviously I was talking to a band this week, and they've got 2 songs. I think the first song we're going to play is G.O.D. God. They're by Post Rome. Now Post Rome said this in a DM. They said, "Me and the lads have been in a band since we were 10. Which is brilliant. We're all best mates. The lineups stay pretty much the same, growing up through school, and 10 years later, here we are. G.O.D. God was the second song we've wrote without a doubt, and the most popular. Like all our songs, we write them as a band to keep with our own sound." So make sure you're checking the links below for the links for Post Rome, and he's G.O.D. Hope you enjoy.
I met God in a local bar. He drank the sin
Well, that was Post Rome with GOD. Looks like we had some technical difficulties with Davey's phone. I do apologise for that. However, the links for the song and the band will be in the description, so make sure you go and check it out.
We have another song from them coming up later, don't we?
Oh, we do. We like to advertise the hell out of our song givers.
It's always
bands.
nice, I think, to play local bands from
Well, around the Durham area, basically.
preferably the Durham area, but like just the northeast in general kind of thing. They're all very nice and professional.
Yeah, I know.
You
They
know what
seem
I mean?
like sound lads, so hopefully, they'll get some recognition off this. Like they have
Also,
already.
if anybody is listening here and knows of any local bands, please give our DOA Facebook page a message and we'll see what we can do.
Or you can email us at dawayproductionstudios@gmail.com.
Yes, and that's just how we deal with people, isn't it? We say, if people message us, we'll have a listen, see if it's
Exactly.
kind of right for the radio show. I quite like the vibe we're going for these days. It's kind of indie, that type of thing.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what we're doing. I mean, a lot of the smaller bands have that kind of like style around here. So it's kind of like the north. It's almost like a sort of northeast style at the moment, really.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
So, can I talk about Apple?
Go ahead. Go on. Lighten me up, Davey. Lighten me up.
Right, so
Fresh conversation. David Doolin.
I just like to keep things interesting,
Yeah.
different every week,
If we get sued, I'm not part of this.
Yeah, Davey, you do realise if we get sued, you're getting thrown under the bus.
I would have expected nothing less from you two.
Okay,
You
brilliant.
scumbag. Anyway, so Apple has released the AirPods 2.
AirPods
you know?
too. Wait, yes.
So
I
I
did
actually
watch.
saw this on BBC News yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I think I saw an article for some reason the BBC were reporting on the AirPods 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, really? Why are they releasing AirPods 2? What's new about them?
Can I take a guess?
The price.
Oh, I was gonna actually say
That's a
things
classic
that I
line there.
think things I think Apple would spit out. So the lighter, better quality.
Yeah. The
The
typical advertisement, like, oh yeah, it can last 5 hours longer.
yes, that'll be it.
Okay, so
Better battery
I
life.
do tell a little bit of a lie. There is something different. So the
Okay.
case, instead of having to plug them into charge, it has wireless charging capabilities
wow.
instead. Now, really, technically, there's not much of a difference there because it's really all that's changed from the other one is that it's just you can charge it differently now.
That's
it.
but what's the price hike? Does it justify it
It's £199
for a pair of headphones?
for a pair of headphones.
It's not even that. 'Cause I know
it's
I know
like you're
headphones
getting
can be
less than normal
expensive,
headphones because
but-
you don't even know a wire.
but obviously I know headphones. If you want a good quality pair of headphones, you're going to pay a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
But aren't they just kind of standardy?
the standard.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad.
I was looking
but
at some reviews.
Okay.
And it was actually, I mean, it wasn't too many, but there was enough to justify that there must be some sort of problem there. A lot of people are talking about audio cutting out issues.
Really?
yeah, I think that's always that's
See-
what I always worry about.
So when you spend $199 on headphones, you want them to work, really.
Yeah.
I saw Marcus Brownlee do a comparison with the Beats Pro that came out, and he was saying how they much nicer due to because AirPods you can't really feel them in your ears, and I think that's a bit of an issue. Like you're paying that much for a pair of earphones, and it could just fall out, and you could be like, "What?"
Yeah, I suppose it's always good if they're comfortable, so comfortable you don't realise, but then if they're so comfortable you don't realise that they've actually fallen out and you've been listening to nothing.
Like, what's going to stop them from just falling on the pavement?
You know what, right? Do you know
They
what
are
my
literally
biggest
just two little white dots.
fear is about wireless headphones?
Go for it.
Do you know how everyone's kind of got guilty pleasure music and
Okay.
stuff they maybe just listen to when they're by themselves?
Yeah.
You know, you might have Barbie Girl on or something cool like that.
Is this your confession now? Is that your confession?
Yeah, it's a
By the way?
confession. But you listen to that, and then what if the Bluetooth just disconnects, and then it plays out your phone, but you don't realise? So you're walking around the street, you just got, something really embarrassing blasting.
Well, what about even worse? I listen to audiobooks on the bus. What happens if Game of Thrones comes on the bus, blasting out my
Fair
phone?
enough.
I mean, you can imagine why that would be terrible.
Game of Thrones, Barbie Girl.
What's the difference?
Exactly. I was going to say, what annoys me about some Apple products as well, it seems like they seem to go for like the more of the looking good on yourself vibe more than the actually practicality of have them. It's like
Well, they don't
like,
even look good because you
yeah.
can't see them.
Maybe that's the thing.
I think that kind of is the idea of meant to be slick and just there. and not
Premium.
like-
Premium.
I can't even fault Apple for these ones, mine, because Samsung brought out the Galaxy Buds for 148, which is basically just the same thing.
However,
Same thing.
Samsung Buds come with the phone.
If Owen can
They do.
confirm that's
They do.
fair.
When you get a
well.
phone on contract, they open up the box. I think comes with the S10 or the S10 Plus. It comes with a free pair of AirPods.
Whereas,
Yeah, but is that the contract? Could that not be a deal with the contracting
It would be,
company?
yeah.
So that's not actually Samsung. That's more like.
No, I think they generally do come with the S10 Plus. We get it.
anyone can confirm that? That'll be great, because I don't trust Owen.
Oh wow! Wow.
Someone said AirPods didn't even fit in their ears.
Wait,
Really?
yeah, but that's the thing.
You know what? Luckily, it wasn't theirs. It said AirPods don't even fit in my ears. I tried my sister's, so luckily they weren't theirs. Because if they were, could you imagine if you just spent nearly £200 on headphones only to realise that they don't fit?
Oh wait, I do enjoy the weekly Apple bashing segment on this show. Well, thank you very much, Andre. It looks like we're gonna have to keep going, aren't we?
I suppose we're going to have to.
So,
we'll go
anyway-
until we get sued.
I was like, okay, well, what can I find for the exact same price as the?
Yes.
Oh, this is
I
my
love this.
favourite bit.
I know.
Well, this one's a little bit different this week because I've only found one item.
Okay.
Right, I found something called the Bose Frames Alto Audio Sunglasses.
Bose is a sound company, isn't it? They make like
Yeah, they-
headphones and
Now
stuff.
they make sunglasses.
Oh,
the
wow.
the most known for the best company at the moment that can produce sound deafening from their buds themselves. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
like
yeah.
noise cancelling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they've now done it to headphones. They've now done it. Sorry, to
Ooh,
they've
okay,
done it
okay.
to sunglasses.
I'm interested.
Yeah, yeah.
go on then.
So they can play music,
Yes.
really high quality music, just like other Bose products.
Yeah.
Right, but they also have voice activation, so you can sit there as secret agent style.
Oh my
talk
God.
talk to your
Ooh.
Google Assistant or your Siri, and tell it to play music for you.
So these are sunglasses.
And they're Bluetooth, wireless. The wireless headphone sunglasses. And they're
that's
really
pretty cool.
stylish, by the way. They've
Yeah, I
got
was
a
gonna
very
say, are
similar
these
look
stylish?
to those sunglasses that we
wow.
talked about in our first show.
Oh, so the kind of the square, thick plastic frame ones.
Yeah, the really
The ones that are quite
pretty
popular.
sexy.
They're pretty popular with most people these days.
Yeah,
The kind of
ones that
go-to
look good on
glasses.
Tony Stark, that computer system he has, where it's like, I'm Ela, and I can control anything you ask me to.
Yeah, and they're the exact same price as Apple AirPods.
I suppose you're getting like
£199.
you're getting the sound and the
Well, that's the thing.
snazzy
You
pair
get,
of.
you get sound, you get voice activation, and some stylish as hell sunglasses
That
for the
is
same
cool.
price as what you get for two little white balls.
You
Yeah.
know, for the video format of this show, we should literally show the products we're on about. I'd love to see them.
Well, if we remember that in the edit,
Yeah.
So
probably won't.
apparently
For
Bose
future
never
on.
used to be didn't used to have a good reputation, and Bose used to not stand for, but people would say it stood for bring other sound equipment.
That's funny.
It's kind of like Fiat, isn't it? I'll fix it again tomorrow. No, but I really do like the sound of that. That's actually like I'm genuinely gonna have a look at that. That's
I mean, they're cool.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I do like the sound of that. Right, boys, do you like Battle Royale?
Depends how I'm feeling.
Go with Davey's answer. I do like the military styles, but some of them are just
So
overboard.
if people don't play games, okay, a Battle Royale is a game where you're thrown into a map. There's maybe it varies. It could be like 50 players,
Usually 100.
to 100, yeah. And
like Hunger Games.
it essentially is kind of a Hunger Games thing. So you get one life in the game, and you have to kill everyone else. All right. Obviously, you don't kill everyone because people are just killing each other.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what.
It's actually more.
It's
actually
very-
more about survival.
Yeah,
than
I'm sure
killing.
most
Yeah.
people are familiar with Fortnite. That's what Fortnite is. It's a battle royale game, and the same with PUBG
Just
as
threw it
well.
in my mouth.
All right. So,
Sorry.
battle royale games. What are your opinions? Do you like them? Yes, no.
I mean, I've got about 500 hours on PUBG. So
Right.
since it was like, I played it when it was like first released in the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, I mean, I've stopped playing it practically
Yeah,
now.
so-
I play it once a month now,
Yeah.
something like that. But it's like, it was fun. It was a kind of a new concept. Well, I say new concept. I remember Minecraft Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Oh, that
the
was
mod
brilliant.
for Minecraft. I used to have a lot of fun playing that. That was silly. So that was where like the kind of like battle royale thing came from in gaming, as far as I can tell. Like,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
bad.
So, How would you feel about the newest Battle Royale coming to iOS and Android, actually?
Oh.
So you're wondering what
wait,
could that be?
you just killed
However,
the idea already.
it is Tetris.
So it's the
Tetris Battle Royale.
So it's the exact same one that was on the Nintendo Switch, I'm guessing.
So yes,
Tetris Battle
very
Royale.
similar to Tetris 99, which was on the Switch.
Sorry, Owen knows about this because I have no idea.
So-
What is this?
Yeah. So
Explain a bit what Tetris 99 is, and then I
go
think
on
it's
then.
basically the
So
same thing.
what happens on the Switch? You go into the game, and you get shoved in a lobby, and you see all the people pop up with their little boards. You know, the Tetris boards.
Okay.
Right, so they get popped up around your board where there's blank space. So I'm guessing it's around like 49 on one side, 49 on the other.
Right.
And then you're in the middle.
Okay.
And then you obviously keep going. You keep going with each other, and it's the first person to get like the highest amount of points or stay alive the longest on Tetris. It's like
Tetris.
yeah.
I'm assuming there's no bloodshed.
No.
No. So it is pretty much that. So it will have a 100-player competition mode, but it will also have solo marathon and daily challenges where players can earn rewards for customization, power-ups, and boosters that can be used in game battles.
I never thought Tetris would like look at a battle
So,
royale game
I'm
and go, you know what,
guessing-
this is perfect for
Obviously,
us.
Tetris 99 is what Owen was talking about. This isn't Tetris 99, it's just Tetris Battle Royale. So I'm guessing when it says that can be used in battles, maybe you can get someone else to have like loads of bricks falling on their Tetris thing. You get that?
Yeah.
Get what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's power ups you can get. I heard,
To
yeah,
like
about that.
to put off other players, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Weird. It's just weird.
I think that's going to be great, and I'm really
Could be.
excited for
I'll
it.
download it.
I'll definitely download it. Oh,
Okay.
100%.
You probably got it. You probably got me with that one because you mentioned iOS and Android and kind of had a
mobile
flashback,
game.
a flashback to E3 of me just going. Of the battle royales that other publishers are mentioning on iOS.
Yeah, obviously there's a
Oh.
lot of battle royale games on mobile. However, I think this one's going to be great.
That sounds funny.
Because I mean, I think most modern day phones are powerful enough to run
I hope so.
Tetris. Yeah.
And considering,
But
like,
I think that's a great idea, because
It's
it's
funny.
bringing back a classic.
it is.
It's what we were saying before, like
Everyone's played Tetris.
a lot of nostalgia kicking about these days, isn't there?
Isn't it? Like it's like
I like it.
everything's just going back to like the 80s.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know how it's nostalgic for us, considering a lot of it was like before our time.
Yeah, but
it's just
It
good.
just feels nostalgic still.
Yeah.
But it's the first game to get introduced to as a kid, isn't
Maybe
it?
we're gonna have a world war soon.
Yeah.
Just for that extra nostalgia.
God, no.
Hopefully not.
Let's not go on to that subject. What about if we don't talk about World War, we actually talk about a new camera that got announced
Another
yesterday?
one?
Yes. I know, tech show, we're actually talking about a camera again.
I can't believe it.
So this is the new Canon PowerShot G series.
Okay.
So they've said this caters towards the vlogging community.
So this is probably going to be a popular camera.
Yeah, I mean, I've read the specs, it looks pretty popular.
Basically, if you want to sell, you just say, "Hey, are you a vlogger?
Yeah.
You want to buy a camera?"
Yeah, vlogging
And then
is
all
quite
these like
popular
teenage
these
girls are like,
days.
"I'm gonna become a vlogger." Mom, can you buy me a camera?
Of course,
That's
daughter.
how it works.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they dramatically redesigned the G5 X Mark II and updating the G7 X Mark III and add features like 4K, slow-mo and more. So these cameras are due to come out in August. I won't tell you the price yet, but I'll tell you what's coming with it. I might need Davy's translation of technology
Okay.
to help me
I'm
out
ready for
here.
this. I'm ready for this.
So switching will bring you a brand new stacked sensor, a new one. I'll put it as like the little screen behind the lens.
Yeah, it's just basically it's just the thing that receives the light in the image. It's nothing too fancy.
As well as the latest processor, which is the DJIC 8. So that's how much how it works, how fast
This is
it
how
is.
fast it goes. So it can process an image pretty fast.
So anyway, he's come with.
Always a good thing.
I mean, you'd want to.
So the juicy parts come in with the improvement. So the continuous shooting speeds have been changed. So it's now 8 frames per second with autofocus and 20 without.
Right. Wait, what is it?
8. Wait, what?
Yeah, 8 frames per second and 20 frames per second without. So I don't know if you know much about continuous shooting speeds. I know, is that with
Right. So continuous shooting is when you put it onto
Is
picture
that,
mode.
is that
and
like
you just
if
hold down?
That's like so if you hold
So
down,
it means
yeah,
you can take
okay,
8 pictures a second.
right, okay. I was
so
confused. I was
I
going
was
to say
thinking,
8 frames a
that's
second.
terrible for video.
Dreadful.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't
No.
realise that Owen was talking about continuous shooting.
Yeah, because
So
obviously
with
it's
video,
makes sense.
with video, the standard is around about 25
Yeah,
frames
yeah.
per second. You want to have that's standard.
60
and then,
if you're
then
feeling
you should
fancy.
be going up from that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you go up depending on if you want to go slow mo. So if you want to go slow mo, you'd have 120 frames per second, so that you can slow it down extra.
Yeah, yeah.
But boys, if we're talking about 8 frames per second just with autofocus and 20 without, that's like when you're taking constant pictures. That's quite
With
good.
autofocus,
If
that's
it can
actually pretty good. If it can,
autofocus,
if it's
yeah.
focusing that many times in a second, that's really good.
I can't fault it.
No,
Yeah.
I mean obviously, this is something you'd have to look at yourself, I think, to actually judge how.
I'm going to be honest, those sort of things are more for the professionals, and I don't vloggers actually care about that part.
Hold on.
Oh,
You-
right, I'm ready for it. Oh,
I mean,
Maybe
Owen's
they
got a
will.
smile on his
I'm
face,
gonna
guys.
have to tell you the price after this.
Oh,
but
God.
That's where it all goes downhill.
also,
Hate it.
also there's 4K 30 frames per second video capture,
Okay.
so that's decent.
Yeah.
And 120 frames per second, basically 1080p slow motion and HDR movie.
Perfect for slow mo. I mean,
So,
you know,
I like
you can get more frames, but to be honest, you don't need it.
Here's when the another juicy part comes in. So
Okay.
the G7, the newest one, also allows you to stream to YouTube over Wi-Fi from the camera.
Okay,
I mean,
that's pretty
perfect
cool.
for vloggers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is pretty
exactly.
cool.
So what is
right-
the price of this bad boy on? Because
Yeah.
you know you keep talking about
So
it. You don't want to tell
far,
us the
I
price.
really like the camera.
Yeah, I
So
love
tell
it.
tell
Good
me the
camera.
price.
Wait, would you like so?
Come on,
The
just say
the G5 or the G7 Mark III is coming in at £600.
Hate it. No, that's actually not. That's really cheap.
600 quid. Wait. What's the catch?
No, there's no catch. That's literally it. £600.
Right, so
And then the
I'm
other-
definitely looking that up tonight because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to find what's wrong with
What's
it.
included? Do you get any?
I think
What's the lens?
Do you get a lens?
I definitely think that's just the body.
Yeah, I was gonna
Pretty
say
sure that
probably
might
just be the body.
But I can whip
Maybe
open-
the lenses are like 800 each.
Let's just
See, our cameras are more expensive and they don't have the slow-mo. Well, Owen's has the slow-mo capability, but my camera's also more expensive and doesn't have the slow-mo capability. So I'm wondering where the faults are in that camera. There's something that it's not very good at.
Yeah, definitely.
let's see.
Owen's show me some specs because
I
this
am.
this time I'm just kind of
Let's
like,
have a look.
wait, I've
Can I
got to
have a
find
look,
what's
that
wrong
is
here.
the confirmation that this is actual.
So looking at it, it is a nice little compact camera.
I think where it'll fall down is its color range and its ability to shoot
Yeah.
kind of like in a cinematic way.
It looks snazzy. I like the look of
Yeah,
it. It really
it's-
does.
Its
Well, I think
sense
that-
is pretty average. Is it? It's probably not full frame. It's not full frame, is it?
No.
No. Okay. Well, that's an issue as well. Like if you want to go professional enough vlog, like
Yeah.
you need full frame.
I mean, looking at it, it's like for someone who's starting off, like I'm not being funny.
No,
to
I
me,
mean-
you can't fault those specs. That's like
Honestly, I think that's a great.
That's
price.
something
It's
I'd wanna
really
try
good for
out.
What it is. For
Yep.
what it is, it's great.
Yeah.
it also has a pop-out flash as well. So
Right. Okay. This isn't tech related. I wasn't even going to talk about this. But it's been mentioned that this show should be extended to a 2-hour show. Now, because they feel it always ends too soon.
aw.
This is definitely something. I'm just going to say this now that we have spoke about.
yeah.
And just this is just a quick thing. We're not going to go too deep into it. But if people did want 2-hour shows, it is definitely something that we could maybe talk about.
I
Check
mean,
our
yeah.
schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to do that. I mean, I had a discussion with David, although he didn't really, find it the most attractive idea. I said maybe we could do an hour and a bit segment on the radio, and then save another half an hour for an online only, part of the show.
Whereas I want everyone to listen to it
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
I want it just to all be there.
Yeah, I think really what we should do. This is definitely something we'll chat about. Okay.
But we do think that. I mean, we mentioned it before.
It is.
It's been brought up before.
It is
so-
definitely something that's on the cards, and if we think enough people want it,
Yeah.
then if there's a demand for it.
Basically,
what
are you
the
willing to be
people
bored for
want.
another hour?
If people are enjoying the show and if people are listening to the show,
See, I thought I was more
think-
annoying than that.
I think we could go. I think we can go for 2 hours
Definitely.
because I do
Yeah.
agree with the fact it does sometimes feel like
Sometimes I have leftover tech to talk about.
Yeah. Because what we do every week is we always bring in. We've all got notes. It's not like a script or anything. It's just literally notes about what we're going to talk about. And so I might have 4 things, 5 things I want to talk about, and quite often I don't get to talk about them all. It's just because we go off topic.
That's the problem with us, really. I would imagine if we were anyone else, we could probably get through it all. It's just
definitely.
I mean, at the moment, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, we're completely off topic.
What's painful as well, I hate interrupting people, and it's like you really want to kind of flush out your points more, and I feel like we have to try and compact them just for the hour.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we got it 2 hours as well, we could maybe do something a little bit more fun. Like maybe spend an extra little bit of time doing making something happen a bit
maybe
more.
But it is definitely something I think that we could last for 2 hours. People in the chat, would you like 2 hours?
Yeah.
It'd be nice if we know
Yeah.
what people want. Now, anyway, last thing I'm going to talk about, okay? I'm going to bring this back.
Throw it in.
So, a little bit of a chat, okay? Should parents play online games with the children to learn, to kind of teach them about maybe the dangers, what to expect in online gaming, and that type of thing? Because Sky News released an article, okay? And basically this article was talking about how they should take time to play with the kids, as it helps them understand the risks and the rewards that it poses for children. And in the UK, 81% of under 18s regularly play online games, and obviously a lot of these, it's multiplayer. Most of them you can talk, alright? 50% of parents are worried about gaming addiction and the amount of personal data that their children are sharing, and 42% of parents admit they have never played an online game. So, I think that is a really good idea, because go on, Owen, I'll let you.
Go on. I think, personally, sorry, Andre.
He had his hand up.
Yeah, I did have my hand up. I'm like a little school kid.
I can't deny that.
So, for me, I think this question is more towards kind of our generation than past ones, purely on the basis, I know when obviously my mum and dad were growing up, games were just coming out, and the first games console I got my hand on was obviously a PS1, then obviously GameCubes and that, and you sat there and you just play, you don't really play. I mean, I played Luigi's Mansion with my mother, and this lovely Star Wars game where you did the Death Star running that, but that was with my dad, and that was with, your family. But now, obviously, when you're growing up, the subscriptions came out with multiplayer.
Well, that's it. Really, when I was young, I didn't. The online gaming phenomenon wasn't really that big of a thing. I mean, No, it wasn't at all.
No.
Yeah.
It's only when it got to the
remember
Xbox
it started
360.
to be
when I started gaming, it was all
PS3,
single
Xbox
player.
360.
Yeah, it was all single player stuff that I was playing.
Yeah.
So I kind of I grew up with the online kind of becoming a thing slowly, which kind of allowed me to slowly adjust to it, which meant that I didn't really have the experience that kids have nowadays, where they're just thrown straight into this online world, whereas I was slowly brought into it as I grew up, which meant I was able to adjust to it.
The thing is, obviously, as a kid, you don't talk to strangers, right? But then you're going on, you've got kids, and sometimes it doesn't matter what game you play. It can be like an 18 game, and you can hear kids talking, and you just think, should the parents be A, letting them play these 18 games, and B, people, you get some people that say really inappropriate stuff. Sometimes it's harmless, they're just having having a joke or whatever, but not directed at the child. But how easily you can say something, you just think somebody could say something to that child, and it could could go very wrong very fast.
I think parents have to be able to figure out a good balance between being able to trust their kids, being able to allow them to be outside of the bubble wrap a little bit, because you're just gonna have to. The real world's there. Education for not just the kids though, for the parents as well, because parents sometimes don't know. I know when I was a kid, my mother didn't even know that you could buy games online. So it was I don't even think she knows now. So but education for parents and the kids at the same time. I mean, if I'm honest, I think there needs to be. We even mentioned in school.
Yeah, not like lessons
Not
about
like a
it,
lesson,
just like
just
I know they do internet safety things. You know what? I really wish we could talk about that more. I feel like we should maybe continue this conversation next week. It's something we can possibly go into a bit of a deeper discussion about, because that
Maybe
was
bring
quite
very
a big topic.
brief.
It's a big topic.
But at the minute, it is currently
I mean, quickly, we could just
6:57.
yeah, it's
could do things where we bring our own ideas. We could bring our own ideas to already relevant,
yeah.
like
Yeah. So
scenarios.
Fact, actually, yeah. Okay, so before we go,
yep.
we'll talk about that extra hour. Why doesn't? How about you go on DOA Productions, and maybe you can message us some ideas that you might have for what we could do for that
Yes,
extra hour.
that is a fantastic idea.
Brilliant,
Okay.
I'll chuck it in
So-
that chat right there.
I think because we won't see this chat after we leave, if everyone goes and likes the DOA Productions Facebook page, send us a message of what you would like to hear from us. All right, and then we will.
I mean, we have a few ideas ourselves, but
Yeah.
you know what
We want to hear what people want to hear. Okay, so that's DOA Productions, and that is on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right. So Owen, if you'd like to introduce this song, but before that, thank you so much to everyone for listening. It's as always been a huge pleasure. So Owen, what we've got here?
So we're back with Post Rome. The boys have got another song for us. Davey, you have it on your phone, don't you? You know the song.
I do indeed, actually. The song is called Tides.
Tides. So thank you very much again, Post Rome, for providing the songs.
Everyone head over to their Facebook, give them a like,
Yes.
give them a listen to all the other stuff that they do, because it's not just these two songs that they've got.
These are fab.
They do loads of stuff, and they do covers as well, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, without further ado, this is Tides by Post Rome. Goodbye.